Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with the reading for the Pisces new moon. I didn't prepare anything for this reading. The energy that's coming in is an energy of being completely open and having a completely blank mind almost, or having a mind without words is what I'm getting. And so I did bring a few decks that I wanted to pull from. The Sacred Rebels Oracle. This is a deck that I feel speaks a lot about purpose. It says guidance for living a unique and authentic life. And so actually the energy that's coming in is very exciting. It's very exciting, but it's completely unknown. It's like nothing like we've ever experienced. It's the oh, I love that. What I'm hearing is like it's the dream of our inner child. So if you look at this deck, it's like the child, the mother, and the grandmother. And what it actually feels like, now that I get into the energy a bit more, is that the Pisces full moon is the time where the mother, she's being taken away. It's like the mother, she's being exchanged for a new mother. It's like we are getting a more expansive, like collectively, we're getting a more expansive mother energy that knows how to feed her children better, knows how to feed her children in a way so that they can really live their purpose, their true unique purpose, not just their role. So I love that, because it's so tiring. I'm feeling all of this exhaustion coming from having to just play that role that you're expected to play. It's linked to the old cycling around and around in the artificial matrix, going to work every day, doing a job, or having to be at a job that you see don't really matter in the big scheme of things. Is like, this job is pointless, why am I even here? It's all of this. This is starting to be shed more and more, and collectively we're stepping into a much more purpose driven time. Of course that doesn't come without challenges, but let's get into the reading and see what happens. Also, what pops in before I pull the cards that I need to tell you is what I feel is that in just 2 weeks, we have the new moon in Aries. And so that's when we birth our new self. And so these next 2 weeks that we are gonna experience now, they are super fertile. And so I just want to say, use them well. Take this seriously is what I want to say, in your own life, and just take it seriously enough to the point where you actually tune into your higher self in regards to this, and ask for guidance on how you can best spend the next 2 weeks. That's what I'm getting. So, okay, let's get into the reading. Card for the collective. Wow. Oh, I love it. She feels, she knows. So, like what I got in the beginning, that I couldn't have any words in my mind. I feel that moving into the next 2 weeks, it's very important to, however, have a lot of feelings in your mind. It's like, teach your mind how to think with feelings, not just words. Because feelings, they are taking us back to a time that existed before, the artificial matrix existed, before our current system existed. And so it's almost as if our feelings at this point in time, they will ground us, but they will also guide us a lot. Okay, 2 cards coming out. I have here Heaven Sent. And then interestingly enough, I have Focus on the Light. With this beautiful sunflower, the light coming through there. So, what is this? Oh, that's very interesting. When I look at this now, actually what I'm getting, can you see this? It's like a sunflower, but on here there are like a lot of trees as well. And so I'm actually feeling that this is like focus in on the light that is coming from the earth, from the natural realms, you know, focus on that type of consciousness. So it matches pretty well, I feel, with she feels, she knows. Like really giving space to our own feelings. What we're doing is that we are giving space to the nature within us. We're kind of telling our body like, yes, I am willing to listen to you, please guide me. And so that's the feeling that I'm getting with this as well. It's like tuning into nature, tuning into the earth, nature spirits, like these kind of like inner earth realms of like fairies and all of that. Because I'm getting that they're just gonna be like, it's time for you to play now. They're just whispering. This is like, let go of the boring stuff, like just drop it and go play. And of course our inner mother, the old mother, is going to be like, no, you can't, like you have to go to school, you have to do all these things. So I'm feeling a little bit of a, it's not an easy switch, but that's where I feel that kind of our inner child is being pulled, is being like, come here, come into the like dark hidden realms. And that's gonna freak the old mother out. She's gonna be like, but you don't know what's in there. So that's fun. But then we have this card with Heaven Sent, which it just feels like a crown chakra that's just like, no, actually it's third eye. Yes, that makes sense. Third eye really beginning to open. So it matches really well with this card in terms of like beginning to, it becoming easier for our inner child to communicate with all sorts of natural types of consciousness. It's like that age, that realm is coming back and it's starting to walk the earth. And so it's actually kind of cool because this particular space that I chose for the reading, it's a time where I sometimes like see ghosts. And it used to be like a, I think it used to be a place where people lived all the way back in the Bronze Age, because at that time this land was covered in water, and there are loads of like markings in the rocks around this area where there are like these huge ships that people have like put into the wall. And so it's from that time, and I can feel these spirits in this area a lot. And so maybe that's why I was drawn here. It feels like that part of our ancient, there's a part of our ancient history that's starting to really kind of is like walk the earth again, but not really, you know. It's like when we open our third eye chakra, we begin to see that, but it's, of course, it's not like real, but it's like we learn how to pick up on those frequencies. So I'm just feeling a lot of exploration here. So let's see. I'm gonna pull some cards from the Rider-Waite to ask some more questions, because ooh, yeah, the child just wants to go though, like our inner child. It's so bored with the same old, same old. But the mother is so scared of the unknown and of the dark. So let's see some guidance for us there. With good reason, I'm hearing actually, in regards to the mother is so scared of the dark, with good reason as well. So it's not just black and white. Yeah, Queen of Swords with Seven of Cups. I think that the reason that the mother is scared is that because we grew up, many of us, or like we grew up in an age where the feminine, she was actually more, you know, she was more in her, she was very good at controlling. That's what I feel we're letting go of. It's like the feminine was very controlling. You have to follow rules, you have to do like this, you have to do like this, all of these expectations that kind of made her a bit like dry and like just not as juicy, you know what I mean? It's like she's not as wild, not as free, and more controlled and less chaotic. And so, not that this is bad, it creates structured society, but it means that she doesn't know the realm of the waters that well. You know, she doesn't know her own subconscious that well. And so that's what's opening up now, I feel. The mother within us all. It's like, and I'm feeling this feeling of things starting to creep up behind us. It's like these like creepy crawlers coming, like feeling of things coming, running up behind us and like scaring us or trying to like make us jump. And it's because it's these kind of nature spirits that are coming into our realm. And I mean, many of these nature spirits, they love to spook and scare us. It's like it's their favorite activity, because it teaches us, it's their way of teaching us how to become more stable and grounded, and not so like easily excited. You know, it's like this is complex. It speaks a lot about our culture, because when we have a very kind of rigid and a bit dry, a bit boring feminine energy, not so juicy, then we tend to have a masculine energy that is very seeking. It seeks highs outside of itself, outside of the home. Because the feminine within, you know, it's not that juicy, it's not that exciting to just sit and observe ourselves, because our feminine is kind of boring. She's just telling us what to do. We have to do this, then this, then this. It's very boring, right? So that means that our masculine becomes kind of disembodied. He gets addicted to things out there. And so I feel, and this we can see in relationships as well, it's the same kind of pattern. And so this switch here is about creating more it's like allowing our feminine, allowing our inner child to begin to explore and begin to go into these subconscious realms. And I'm just getting like, go slowly, because there are actual dangers in there. You know, this again, it's not, I'm speaking of it now as a little bit in a joking way, like, ooh, it's spooky, because that's the energy of the nature spirits. You know, they're like that. They're like don't take it seriously, you know, make a joke about it. But if our masculine energy isn't disciplined, we really should take it seriously. You know, that's what I'm getting, because if our masculine energy is really attracted to everything that gives us a high, then going into these darker realms, it can really trap us. So, you know, follow your own guidance. Anything else? Focus on the light though. Okay. So maybe that's part of the key to success I'm hearing, part of the kind of like the path towards evolution, you know, towards what's coming in, the new. Focus on the things that make you feel like light and free. So when things are dense and dark, it's kind of, they make you feel like you get pulled, and it's like they consume you. It's like, I can't get it out of my mind, it just consumes me. You know, that's the energy of something that is denser and more addictive in nature. But the energy of something that is lighter is like, it makes you feel free, expansive, and just like, oh, open. My body is open, I'm like jumping along like a child. You know, that's the energy that is healthy, is what I'm hearing. Healthy. Ooh, the Knight of Wands, because this is our masculine. Ah, I love it though. Underneath the deck was the King of Cups. Thank God. Thank God. Not just the Knight of Wands, but we have a King of Cups as well. We actually have someone. Oh yeah, now I get it. Because the King of Cups, what he's observing is, that's where it was, the feeling. You know, she feels, she knows. This is what the King of Cups is observing. He is giving space to the feeling within the mind instead of the words. And so with that in our backhand, like if we have that as our foundation, just all the time observing, is this feeling that I'm feeling, is it like, does it pull me, does it make me feel like, oh, I want it, like all of this like addicted feeling, or does it just make me feel like innocent and light and like breezy? That's kind of the key, I feel, because then we will know what we're dealing with. Are we dealing with things that are of the new, that will make us evolve into a higher kind of density, or are we dealing with things that will make us kind of like spiral down and get addicted and just like own us? So with that kind of a baseline of observing our feelings in our mind, we can actually, you know, the feminine, I feel she can actually let this Knight of Wands be more free. She can be like, you know, run, go play, do what you want. Tell me all the things that you discovered when you come back though. Like, I'm excited to know. That's the feeling I'm getting of this new feminine, new mother archetype. She's much more trusting because she's being listened to. She's being seen by the king energy within us. And so I think that this next 2 weeks might be a challenging period to get ourselves into the right kind of system. It's like we're changing our system into a new vibration. But if we're able to do it though, it's just gonna be, I feel, so fun. Like what we're moving into, just so expansive. And with this, just like, yeah, I'm just feeling the inner child just like almost like shrieking with joy, because it's like so much fun is to be had coming up now. I'm excited. I'm gonna finish the reading here. But yeah, the feeling is just it's so much excitement. And with the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, it's like even though there's all of this excitement and just like young energy, because we have these two, if we have these two, then we can trust that young energy. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna end it there. Hope you're doing well. Take care. Goodbye.